batho ba Mebala, and welcome to the 9 to 5 Hustler. As usual, I am your host, Moronga Mosetli, and I am joined here by a very, very special guest, Mr. Edem Jimbo. Yes, buddy, please forgive me, it's a Friday. I know you understand it's the end of the week. I've been awake since like 4 in the morning. Hi, Edem, how are you?
I'm doing great. Glad to be here. How are you?
I'm very, very happy. Thank you for joining us. So before we kick into the meat of things, I do understand we have a nice video from Tomboy.
Okay.
Mind if we play it?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
All right, guys, watch this with us, okay?
Imagine feeling like you're floating on clouds while standing on the ground, feeling like the soles of your shoes are connected to your soul. Now imagine your feet being caressed by the hands of God, walking with grace, stepping at your own pace with a colorful mood and stylish poise, and admired by everyone. They say your face is the initial thing someone sees the first time you meet, but that's only if you don't have tumbos on your feet. Stand out with what you're standing in. Tumbos.
Habari, my name is Edem Jimbo, the founder of Tombo. To me, music is personal. It's a connection we all feel, no matter the language. That's why I really love the incredible energy our new theme song Matombos has. Thank you to DJ Bino and Alefa for creating such a beautiful masterpiece that represents the way we feel about life. Get inspired, rise above the challenges, and live out your dreams in style. Tombo is a creative storytelling brand, and through footwear, we narrate compelling stories inspired by African music. Our shoe collection is special, as each model features hand-designed artwork and includes an original theme song that your Tombos were made to dance to. Collaboration is in the DNA of Tombo. We are committed to bringing together talented acts in the fashion, arts, and music industries to create unique pieces in a safe space we can all call home. DJ Bino is an award-winning producer from Botswana, whom I met through V Mampizi. Alefa is the vocalist on the song, and she is one of the most powerful voices I've ever heard. We are blessed to have her soul come through this beautiful song. The inspiration behind this song stems from the tale of an African girl with dreams of becoming a professional dancer against her parents' wishes. Through her passion and perseverance, she convinces her parents to leave their fears behind and join her to form a family dance group. Beyond their wildest dreams, they travel the world, entertaining millions by sharing the dances and music of Africa. Now get your tombos on. It's time to dance.
First and foremost, where do I get a pair? Just first and foremost.
You will get them very soon because I do have
Okay.
them shipped. Actually, some on the way right now to Botswana. So
Okay, okay.
you will.
Loud.
Yeah.
You better go buy yourselves a pair.
Absolutely,
Okay. Now
yeah.
let's get into the meat and go back a bit, because this show is about everybody who has technically what we would call a day job. If you're in 7:30 traffic and then you knock off at 4:30. Okay, some of you are in 7 o'clock traffic because you start at 7:30. Let's be honest. But you know, if you're that 7:30 to 4:30, 8 to 5 person, and then you knock off and you go and do your 6 to 10. I understand that not everybody has an 11 to 2, but you know what? For those of you with multiple jobs, for those of you who have a boss that actually signed your contract and pays you a salary, and then you go look for extra money with your hustle, that's where we are. So may you please tell everybody, who are you? What's the day job? What's the entrepreneurship hustle? And how did you get here?
Oh my gosh, that's a long story, but I'll shorten it. Well, I'm Edem Jimbo, and to summarize it, I'm a creative, right? My day job is a creative director. Fortunately,
Okay.
I get to exercise my passion from the moment I wake up to when I knock off.
Yes.
And then after that, I extend it further to what I actually have control over, which is driven by music, as you can see.
Yeah.
Tombo is a footwear brand that combines three things, right?
Okay.
Art, music, and footwear. So growing up as an artist, one of the things that excite me is the ability to be free and create without restrictions, right?
Yeah,
But
very
being
important.
a creative, especially from Africa, for a long time was not a career.
That's true.
So as you know from the video, the backbone of the story is about a young girl who wants to become a dancer, but her parents
Yes.
don't want. I mean, that's a common theme,
Yeah,
right?
that's an everyday
Yeah,
thing.
in fact,
If
today
you're
I
an
met.
artist, you're like,
Yeah, like what are you
poor,
gonna do? Yeah,
basically,
go
in
go
Africa.
become a doctor, go
Yeah.
become a lawyer, and that's fine. But you know, perseverance is what will get you there,
Yeah.
and that's part of what Tombo is about.
Okay, I like that. And I really like the fact that it seems to have combined a lot of African colors. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's intentional because
Absolutely.
to get us out there, it helps to have like our flag colors as they are in a specific order. So I'm really glad I got to see quite a few flags.
Yes,
I don't know. I don't know how intentional it was that you made flags.
it's
out of
100% intentional.
Okay.
Yes, because in the footwear space, Africa is not really represented.
That's true though.
Like specifically
That's
Africa.
true, though, yeah.
So that to me, I saw that as an opportunity, and especially with the growth of African music and where it's gone to over the past 10, 15 years. There's one of the things that used to drive me crazy is seeing the growth of African music,
Yeah.
but a lot of the fashion is African. But when it comes to footwear,
There isn't a lot out
yeah,
there.
there's not a lot out there. So which is part of why I started this. And then when I see people like BK Proctor, what he's doing, right? Badu from South Africa, I just loved it. I just love that.
Yeah. Okay, guys, I think you're hearing it here today for the first time. You kind of have to do it yourselves. You kind of have to follow, I want to say in your footsteps.
Oh, you should trademark that one. I'll take it. I'll buy it from you.
Okay.
Okay.
We can make a deal
I'll
on
go
TV
make a deal?
right now.
Okay, okay.
Yes, you have to follow in somebody else's footsteps who's done it before. You have to know that there is a method to the madness. It's not like people wake up in the morning and have fashion brands. I'm pretty sure you worked years
Oh my
now
gosh,
to
it
get
is.
this done.
Yeah. It's the hardest thing. Well, I started my first. Actually, what I used to do is paint on other brands, right?
Okay.
So I used to custom paint African designs, and then people would start ordering, right? And then what I noticed was a lot of the people started ordering the same type of designs. So I asked myself, if I'm to buy this, where would I buy it for myself?
Yeah.
So I couldn't really find an option. So I thought, why not create that option? But find people across Africa that can help create the music to help push it. Because when you create a product, right, it's just a product.
That's
But it needs to be tied to something.
Yeah.
And what is that? It's my identity. It's Africa. And music is one of the things that brings people together, right?
Yeah.
With the growth of Afrobeats, piano, and everything, I mean, the
And it's
timing.
getting exported quite
The
easily.
timing couldn't be any better. So to me, it was just like, you know what? When I knock off my 9 to 5, this is what my passion is going, my energy is going to go to.
I really do appreciate that. You've somehow found a way to take your entire passion, not only make it your day job, but it's also now your night job.
Yes.
Like it's your alternate job.
Yeah.
And so far, most of the people I've spoken to, it's two entirely different worlds. So to be honest, you're the first person I've had here who is in one industry, but on like two sides of the same industry. And I think we're about to learn a lot from you.
Absolutely.
However, people, please, let's go to the back. I don't know, matey, jang di biscuits, you know, do the things that last for 30 seconds and then come
Okay.
and then come right back to the 9 to 5 hustler.
All right.
Welcome back to the 9 to 5 hustler. I'm still with you today and with Mr. Edem Jimbo. He's made the coolest shoe. Okay, I'm pretty sure some of you think there are cooler shoes out there, but I know you saw President Masisi with the shoe. Okay, if our elders are happy with the shoe, that is funky and cool and vibey. I really don't see why all of us are not, you know, inside in the mix. But let me not bore you with like my Friday nonsense. Adam, before I ask you about what happens every day in your life, can I ask you to just tell the people what a creative director does so that they're not lost?
Absolutely. So a creative director is responsible for overseeing all the creative work the marketing team needs to get the brand out there, right? Because, you know, without marketing, you don't have sales. Without sales, you don't have marketing. So marketing, you need a creative director to oversee three areas, right? Web design, graphic design, and video. So those are three separate departments that a creative director works with all the leaders for each department to make sure it's one unified message and style.
Okay, let me just ask, just so that I'm sure I understand, because some of my favorite ads in the world are Nando's ads. So is it safe to say that you would be the person who would say, yes, this is the concept, let's go for it?
Yes. This is it's a go or no, right? So he will work. His job really is to inspire each department, each team member to bring the best ideas. Because one thing as a creative director, you don't want to be the sole source of ideas. So you have to have a mindset that's open enough to inspire people, to be free enough to come to you with ideas. Then you can pick the best ideas that aligns with the message and the brand to put together an effective marketing campaign.
That is very cool. The better the creative director, the better the marketing team, the better the sales. There's a system.
There's a system.
There's a process. Okay, now let's get into it. What does your day-to-day look like? Like from when you wake up to when you actually go to sleep? What's a normal day for you?
Okay. I'm not a morning person, but my engine starts revving up at about 9 o'clock. So 8, I get up, I eat my breakfast, I get ready. At 9 o'clock.
Did you just say 8 you get up?
Yeah, like 8 o'clock. It's like I'm up, you know, but like 7 I start waking up, at 8 I'm up.
No, but like, here most people are in the office
No. Here's the thing though, we're remote now, right? Because I'm based in Dallas, Texas. We've been remote for since COVID.
Nice.
So only have we started going back to the office.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. President, side note, sidebar.
Exactly.
Remote,
Yeah. Now, there are some people who like to get up early, but for me, because I'm a night owl, right, I spend more hours up. And especially creative ideas come to me at night, so I go deeper into the night.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
So at 9 o'clock, I start to think about my day.
Yeah.
And then at about 10 o'clock, I look at everything that's come in the day before, so I can make sure that I execute it on the day off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
11 o'clock, that's when I'm at my peak. So if you want the best of me, get me between 11 and 2. Okay.
Yeah. Between the hours of 11
yeah,
and 2.
that's when I'm at my peak. I can knock stuff out.
Okay.
I take lunch at about 3 o'clock. Yeah, okay. I'm a late lunch eater.
Yeah. I mean, you might as well.
Exactly.
Sleep late. You might have a late snack anyway.
Exactly. And then take my lunch, come back from about 4 to maybe 6. Then 6, go play basketball.
All right.
Because that's one of my... I actually played for the national team here in gosh, when was that? 20 years ago on the under 19 national basketball team.
What?
Yeah.
Shout out to the under 19 basketball team, guys.
Yeah. So then after that, from about 9 o'clock, the switch turns on. It's Tombo time.
Yeah, now it's time to wake up.
Now
again.
it's time for Tombo between 9 and 2.
Okay, so technically you're the one I've been talking about for in 11 to 2.
Exactly.
I found him, guys. I told you they exist.
Yeah, so that's my typical schedule. And the good thing is, from about 9 o'clock to 2, since a lot of the people I collaborate and work with in Africa, that's when they're starting to wake up. So I can do all my collaboration.
The time difference.
It actually works in my favor.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, how hard is it to, I guess, survive America?
In terms of what?
Specifically? Just as somebody, I don't want to say as a black person.
No, you can say that. You can say that.
Yeah, just as a black person, as someone who's not necessarily the same as everybody else or from the same specific culture. I'm wondering what is
the first thing you need to accept is a reality.
Okay.
You are black.
Different, yeah.
You are black.
Oh, you're black. Okay, you're black.
You are 14% of the population.
They're
14. Yeah, 14%, yeah. So,
really?
So not only are you different, how you see the world is different, how the view is different. What you need to learn is how America actually works, and then you learn how to navigate around it. Because you don't want to get that label.
True.
That some people are quick to put on you.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things you have to keep in mind when you are black.
And then working in marketing and advertising, is that different there than it is here?
Completely different.
Is it more than we are here?
Yeah, because the culture and what people accept and do not accept is changing over the years, right? So you have to be mindful of that. So, it's a lot more inclusive now. So you have to be mindful of what you put out as a brand and even as an individual. Because right now, I can look up your LinkedIn and see what kind of person you are. What are you posting about? All those things matter.
That's very, very true. Actually, touching on that, because we have a lot of young people in the country who don't necessarily believe that your social media matters. It really matters what you post. It matters what you're saying, what you're sharing. Can you just give some insight on that? Why is it so important that we're careful about what we're sharing? Why is it that a potential investor, employer would be looking into those things about me?
That's your identity. The first thing I look up about you is your identity online.
Yeah.
What kind of stuff are you posting? So depending on what direction you want to go with your life, you still have to keep in mind that thing you posted 10 years ago, when you're successful, I can find it and bring you down with it.
Yeah.
So you got to keep that in mind.
That's true. That's true. Okay, guys. I know a lot of you might have found it weird that we went onto the social media thing, but guys, in Botswana, we post a lot of stupid things, a lot of things that can get us in trouble later. I have been in that world where I've seen people lose out on jobs, on opportunities, purely because their social media was a bit sketchy. But you know what? While you're digesting this information, please drink some water, have a biscuit, and then come back. 30 seconds. We'll be right back. Now, we're coming back.
Okay.
Welcome back to the 9 to 5 Hustler. I'm still here with Edem Jimbo, and now that we've learned what his day looks like, which, by the way, guys, I think I want to have it 9 to 2. Can you imagine in your life just roll out of bed at around 7 and then, go have a cup of coffee and then start your day officially at 9 and then leave the office at 6 and go home, quickly have a bite to eat and then just keep pushing till 2, because why? You're still going to sleep till 7. But that is irrelevant. I think everybody's day schedule depends on how much of a night owl, day owl. Some of us just, we only work when the sun is out, and then the rest of us work only when the moon is out, and that's allowed. But Edem, I'd really like to find out, what are the challenges you face on a day-to-day basis as a creative director?
Oh, finding the biggest one is finding the right people.
Oh.
Yes.
Like for your juniors?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And then finding the right people that you will turn into leaders.
Yo.
Yeah. Because for you to advance, somebody has to replace you.
That's true, though.
If you don't find a replacement, you can't move up.
That's very, very true.
So that's the hardest one.
Yeah.
And then once they become leaders, is getting them to understand that it's going to be harder. Because when you become a boss, you have more work.
That's true.
Now you're responsible for more people. So you actually do less work, but you have more work. It's weird how it works.
Yeah, you somehow have to put in more hours,
Yeah.
even though you're pushing less actual paper.
And then when they're having challenges, now their problems become your problems. Right? Yeah.
Praise
so
the good Lord.
I know. So to me, those are the main challenges. So it's not even about the creative process. Now you're managing people.
Yeah.
It becomes more about people, and because we're human beings. We
that's
go
true.
through stuff in life.
Yeah.
So when their team members are going through something, it all filters up to you.
Yeah, that's very, very
So when
true.
someone leaves because they're unhappy, you have to find out why and what could you do to fix it. And some things are just out of your control.
Yeah.
You can't make everyone happy.
No, you can't.
And you have to be willing to let it go when it's time.
That's very, very true.
So there's a thing. There's a thing I use. It's you either manage them up or manage them out.
That is the truest thing I have heard in a long time.
Yeah, because if they stay where they are,
Then they're kind of not doing anything. They might as well just leave. And then if they are doing what they're supposed to do, then obviously there's promotions available and you just keep getting to go up. Wow. Like I've seen it practically happen in every office I've been, but I've never thought about it in those terms. And I think a lot of young people don't ever consider that. I think we tend to walk into an office with this entitlement of, yeah, I have my degree, I know what I'm doing, but you don't know how to apply those things practically.
Exactly.
And sometimes we end up pushing ourselves out because we frustrate ourselves for no reason.
For no reason.
We just refuse to learn. Do you have any advice on how to navigate that, just for young people, when you get your first job, dealing with that frustration of feeling like you can give more, but are maybe being taken through your paces slowly so that you understand what's going on in the office?
Yes, I'd say two things. Number one is ask. Because a lot of people don't ask. They'll just tell you that, oh, I have not been promoted in 2 years. That could be true.
Sounds like complaining, though.
Yeah, it could be true, but what did you do proactively for yourself and communicate that to your leader? Like, look, this is my 1-year plan. This is my 3-year plan. This is my 5-year plan.
Yeah.
And then if you and your leader agree on those things, these are the 10 things you need to do. If you do them and then you're not rewarded, then now your leader is the problem, the company is the problem. You should probably leave.
Yeah, that's
But
fair.
if you don't execute now, you can't say it's me. I'm not
That's
holding you
true.
back. You
Yeah.
didn't fulfill your bargain.
Yeah.
So I would say ask and communicate.
Yeah.
And literally write them down, because when you write them down, when you put something on paper, it forces you to like
Yeah, it becomes
look at
real.
it. It becomes real,
Yeah.
right? When you have your agenda for the day, if I put down these 5 things, and then when I flip through my notebook, and there's stuff consistently not done, then I'm not doing my part.
Yeah. You've given up some things.
Yeah.
You've dropped some
I've dropped the
balls.
ball.
That is
And we
very
do that
fair.
so often in life, and the quickest thing to do is point fingers at somebody else.
That's true.
easy to do.
That's true.
Yeah.
We never want to blame ourselves. Accountability is painful.
Ooh, it's
Like-
everyone likes to talk about it till they got to do it.
Yes, it's not easy to look in the mirror and say, you know what, Moronga, you were
did.
wrong
Yeah.
today. You have to take this L. You deserve
You
it.
deserve it.
It's painful.
It is.
But it's also good for you because you grow. Unfortunately, like it's like, you take a cavity out and the pain goes away.
Exactly. And in contrast to what I said, manage up or out, you're either growing or you're dying. So pick
Ain't
one.
that the truth? Not children, but
Yeah.
like everybody at home who's, I'm going to say Form 5, because I want to believe you guys also need to learn this now before you get into university and maybe get a little bit disillusioned about what might happen when you get a job. You are going to make it to that CEO, CFO, wherever it is you want to go, you're going to make it. But as we've just been discussing, there's a process, and it can be frustrating. It can make you feel like, oh, nobody cares. But as you've been very well advised, please ask questions, do your part. You've signed a contract, it says you're fulfilling a role, fulfill that role to the best of your abilities, and if it doesn't work out, you're free to leave and start again, right? Okay. Now the challenges in Tombo. How has it been attempting to create this brand and get it out there?
It's the hardest thing I've ever done, because when you put on a shoe, you have no clue how much work went into it.
Actually, that's true.
Because
I don't know what
when you go to a manufacturer, right, they actually don't have anything. So you have to get a supplier to give you the rubber, and the supplier will be like, what kind of rubber are you looking for? I don't know. What's the stitching? What kind of stitching? I don't know.
You're
The
speaking
leather.
Greek to me right now.
What
Like,
kind
I
of
hear
leather?
you.
I don't know. Is it full grain? Is it pleather? I don't know. So you actually have to do all that preparation ahead of time, find all the suppliers, or you can find it through the manufacturer, because they don't have anything.
True.
All they have is the labor to put it together. Wow. So even with the biggest brands, it takes them about 16 months from start to finish with all the money they have. So here I am working blindly thinking, man, that's a shoe. I could sketch that thing in 3 months. I'll be
That's
done.
what I
That's
thought.
nothing. And then when you start making it, and then it comes and you can't put it on.
Yeah.
Right? It's poking you here. You got to change it.
Wow.
This part fell apart. The second sample looks different. So if a manufacturer is sending you samples and they can't get 3 samples right, what about 1,000? Okay. So that's just the product itself.
Yeah,
Right? That's just
yeah.
one thing. Once you've made the product, now the marketing is, how do you convince somebody who already has a buying habit? Because we're human beings, we're
change
creatures of
that,
habit.
yeah.
I'm sure you have your go-tos for your
I
sneakers.
do.
Everyone
do.
does.
I have my go-tos.
No, everyone does.
Yeah.
How do you convince that person to take their hard-earned money and give it to this unknown nobody? It's a lot harder than it looks. And that goes for every business,
Yeah.
every
yeah.
lane. So it's not just footwear.
Okay.
But that's
Wow.
one of them.
All right. Okay. I need to pause you for a second.
Absolutely.
Guys, I'm going to tell you now, as a 33-year-old, I had no idea that shoes were difficult to make. I, like you, just walked into the shop, fitted it. It feels comfy. It feels good. I walk out of the shop. If it's still comfy and feels good, we're gonna keep wearing it. If it's not, it's gonna get put aside for somebody else to deal with. But as it turns out, shoe making is a skill. It's an art. It's not something you wake up in the morning and just decide, oh, I'm just gonna, get a nice sneaker together. No, guys, it's work. But let's go digest this information over some water and then come back to the 9-to-5 hustler.
Okay.
Welcome back, Bathuba Mebala. So we've been discussing some of the challenges that Edem faces as a creative director and in his business creating shoes. And I'll say it again, it's not easy. Please appreciate your shoes. Make sure you take care of them, because somebody worked really like, we just went through my shoe and I discovered it's made out of like 10 different parts, and it's just a regular Pep sneaker. So guys, please take care of your shoes. Are there more challenges in terms of like running your business that you would like to mention before I ask you about some of your more notable successes?
Absolutely. Finding people that will deliver.
Yo.
Yes, because there's times where especially big remote,
Yeah.
I'd reach out to somebody that I see that's talented in Tanzania or Botswana, and they would create the work to help market, right?
Yes.
They would do a good job the first time, and then the second time, they stop answering your calls.
Oh.
They stop returning your messages after you've sent a deposit. and then,
Doesn't.
yeah, but it happens everywhere. Obviously, that's a challenge. And then having the awareness of you have to still keep pushing, no matter what, whether things are slow or bad, because you can't stop, because you put in all this work.
It has to come back.
Yeah, so you cannot be discouraged when things are not working out at any point, because
That's true.
you never know when the scales are going to tip. So you still have to keep pushing no matter what.
That's very, very
Yeah.
true. So do you how do I put this question in the right way? Because I know you have to be your own motivator. But then what happens when you're out of steam? Like, is there is there enough support in your family amongst your
Yes.
friends to say, hey, keep going?
Yes. The first thing I do is I look at other brands and I look at their timeline
Okay,
of how long it took them to become successful.
that's fair.
And in a world today where we like quick results, where our brains are wired to swipe down, refresh, and you get new
Yeah,
content.
yeah, you get
You
new
know what I
stuff.
mean? I always remind myself like everything good takes time.
That is true.
So if I look back, I've only publicly done this for 2 years. I'm so early. It's so early.
It is.
It's so early.
It is.
10 years down the line, then I'll see. Because
Yeah.
just the past year alone, I've learned so much about the psychology of how to actually market a shoe. The first year was like, how do I make a shoe? How do I sell it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then once you go past your friend zone, now you're selling to strangers, right? Because you've capped out.
Yeah.
Now
yeah.
you're selling, now
We've
it
all
gets
bought.
hard.
Yes.
Okay.
Now you gotta find somebody who doesn't know you and say this is worth your time.
Exactly.
That is that.
And your money.
That is
and
the
your
business
trust.
struggle, is it not? Just getting your product out there, getting anybody to buy it in general. That is
Yes.
really the everyday
Yeah.
business struggle.
Yeah, and you get better as you create content. You start understanding it more. You know, fortunately, as a creative, I can do some of that work. But what I've come to learn is, you know what? Let me find other people that can help create content with me because I'm too close to it. So
Another thing.
I have so much context in my head that when I put something together, I think it makes sense
Yeah.
to a stranger when that's not the case.
That's true. That's true. Sometimes we do have to step away from the children we create in our products so that they can grow and be nurtured by themselves. It's a very normal business thing, even. The person who starts the business at some point is too close to continue offering the
close.
ideas, which is why we tend to bring in a CEO, manager, director, somebody who can take the vision and push it further.
Exactly.
That is, I like that.
Yeah, and I've been fortunate to find really, really good people all across Africa that believe in what I'm trying to do and see the vision. So that's what keeps me going.
Okay. Is it safe to say that that is one of your notable achievements?
Oh yeah, one of, no doubt. From
Okay.
Kenya, Ghana, Botswana,
Okay.
South Africa,
Hey, hey.
Tanzania, Uganda. I mean, I'm just going through.
Like I'm curious, how many
Jamaica.
African countries?
I mean, I've worked with so many people. Like, I think I have about 8 songs now. Angola, I even left that out. All people make music from different parts of the world, and I just reach out to them by DM and just say, hey, this is what I'm doing. I think you're really talented. You know, it would be nice to work with you. And they're like, oh, let's do it.
Okay.
Some don't, but some do. But
Yeah.
if you never reach out, the answer will always be no.
This is very true. If you're not trying to collaborate actively, like asking people, everybody's definitely going to say no. But if you ask 100 people,
You just need one.
you just need one.
One.
You just need one. You're not like Jay-Z, you know. You don't have 99 problems. No.
Yeah.
And somebody ain't one.
Yeah.
No, you have 99 people and you just need one.
just
Or you
need
have
one.
99 no's and you just need one
Yeah.
more so that you get that yes. Okay, can we speak about other successes?
Absolutely. I mean, my biggest highlight is the president rocking the tombos.
Guys, the president wore the shoe.
Yes.
Just letting you know. Just throwing it out
Because
there.
the backstory of it, you know, I grew up here. I went to Nanohang, GSS, and then Marapula. Then I moved to the States, and I worked for this company. And I used to tell the CEO about Botswana all the time, and he was, And then he met Masisi at a summit in Morocco.
Oh.
And then he was like, you know, I have a guy that works for me that always talks about Botswana. And then Masisi invited him to Botswana. And he came and called me like, yeah, dude, you're right. I love this place. We need to open an office here. So when Masisi came to Dallas, I got a chance to meet him and I gave him a pair of tombos, him and the first lady. So when I sent that picture to my dad and mom, they're like, wait, what's happening? You know, it's just wild that I'm here, I go to the States,
Yeah.
and then I meet the president from where I used to live. It's just like, so.
I'm going to give you a nice little fun fact. You guys are alumni together of MAP. So
At
it's very,
Marapula.
it's very ironic
So the
that
connection.
you would find each other
Yeah.
some way, somehow, years
But
later.
but if I never started,
That's true.
That would have never happened.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that's true. And then as a creative director, are there any ads that you can say, I'm very proud of it?
For Tombo or for the company I work at?
Let me say for the company. you
Okay,
work
I would
at,
say
yeah.
this is one video our video team did.
Okay.
So we're a technology company. We make software for healthcare. But what we did is we created a song that speaks about home. So it's not like, hey, our software does this.
Yeah.
It's more about, so for example, in your case, let's say you're old or you're your mom or your grandma. Would you rather they receive care at home or in the hospital?
At home.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
So our software allows a caregiver to come to your home, right? Provide the care, document it in the software, submit the claim, and then get paid. So what we did is we made a song about the value of home.
Yeah.
It's called "I'm Coming Home." That's the name of it. So what we did is we pieced together different scenarios of somebody like an army veteran coming back home,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
kids going back home from school.
Yeah.
So that it wasn't like, hey, buy our software. It was just a song and a video about home. That to
Yeah,
me, I'd say that's
relating it.
that's my favorite one because it's more emotional. Because there are times when you see some commercial and like, wait, that doesn't have to do anything with the product.
That's true. That's
But sometimes
true.
it's not. It's about the feeling. It's
Yeah,
about
yeah.
what are you trying to communicate. You're
Yes.
trying to connect with a human being.
I feel that.
Yeah, because a shoe is just a shoe, right? It's leather.
Yeah.
But if I tie African music to it, if I add culture to it,
Yeah, it
now I'm
becomes
providing value.
Yeah, it becomes something important. You know what? During the break, I'm going to ask you more about this app because personally, I think we need it here.
Yeah.
We have a lot of our elders, and we all know we want our elders at home. But guys, on the other side, we'll be right back on the 9 to 5 Hustler. Bathoba Mebala, this is the last segment of today's 9 to 5 Hustler. I am still here with Edem, and I'm going to kindly ask him to give you some advice now on what does it take to be a creative director? I'm 18 or 24, 25, and I really want to jump into this field.
Okay.
Alternatively, I am a young fashion designer. I've realized that maybe clothes aren't my thing, and I really want to go into footwear.
Okay.
What is the one thing you would tell me to say, this is how I should start, or this is how I should be moving?
Okay. I'll start with creative director.
Okay.
Do you have the makeup to be a creative director?
Oh,
Because some creative people are not good leaders,
oh, that's
right? So you have to be a good leader,
yeah.
and then you have to be patient.
E.
Yes, that's a really tough one.
Leadership and patience.
Yeah, you have to be patient.
Okay.
The other one, I'd say you have to be willing to let go. Because as a creative, I can find 3 talented graphic designers and they make something for me. And I'm gonna find something to change because that's my taste.
Yeah.
So you have to be willing to let go sometimes to be like, you know what, sometimes it's good enough.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, you can, if something is really off, yeah, you can tweak it. And then as a creative director, if you're young, you're 18, you need to understand the timeline of becoming a creative director.
Okay.
It's about 10 plus years before you get there.
A whole decade.
Oh yeah, so that's why I said patient.
Oh.
So you're gonna be a graphic designer,
Oh, okay.
and then a senior graphic designer, and then you might become junior graphic designer, senior graphic designer, creative manager, junior creative manager, and then creative director. All those are spaced out in 2 years. So that's easily 10 to 12 years worth experience. So, yeah. So there's a timeline. You're not going to become that unless you're like a genius and you're exceptional, which happens,
Yeah.
but that's not the majority.
That's true.
Yeah, so you
a
have
lot
to.
of us have to learn.
So you have to be patient, and then as you are becoming because each of those steps, you're going to be leading someone. So by the time you're a senior graphic designer, when a junior graphic designer comes in, you can help them.
That's true.
When you're creative manager, now you're managing more than just graphics. So you need to have the ability to understand how video works, how web works, how graphics work. So there's a timeline that comes with it. So you need to have the personality and the talent
Okay.
and the
All
patience.
Hey, yeah, no, that definitely rules me out. Patient, I am not. Maybe I could survive in footwear. Let me
So
hear about that.
let's go to footwear. The one thing I would say about footwear is like hone in and be specific about what you actually want to do.
Okay.
Because even myself, over the past 2 years, that's changed. Because it's very easy to want to copy what's trending.
Yeah.
But if you're copying what's trending and you don't have the budget and the infrastructure, they're just going to look past you.
That's true
So
as well.
I'd rather you focus on selling to 10 people than trying to sell to 100,000 people. Because one of the things about footwear, you need to learn how to make a product that you can sell to one person. If you master how to sell to one person,
You've mastered how to
then
sell
you'll master
to
how to sell
10,
to 10.
100,
Yeah.
100,000.
But it needs to be unique that if they put it in a wardrobe, it's like nothing else. And that's
Yeah.
really hard to do.
Yeah.
But that comes from understanding who you are and what you're actually trying to do. Don't care about what people tell you.
That's true.
You do what you actually want to do. Over time, those people, they'll become customers too. All those Yeezys that people thought were ugly at the beginning,
They think are beautiful now.
there you go.
I like that. Whew. But Tuba Mebala, I think you now understand why I want a pair of Tombos. I have nothing like it in my wardrobe, and now I want something like it in my wardrobe. But thank you so much for joining us on the 9 to 5 Hustler today. For those of you out there in the media world learning how to do graphic design and going into marketing and advertising, please put a star, bookmark this very episode and watch it a few more times. And then if you're into fashion, into footwear, and this is the path you're going, same thing. Otherwise, same time, same place next week on the 9 to 5 Hustler.